Ciao. What's up, everybody? All right, today we're going to talk about two topics that are getting asked a bunch in the comment section and emails. So we're going to cover cell phone SIM card, how it works, and banking. A lot of people ask me if they can open a banking account here on a tourist visa and stuff like this, so we'll go over all that information for you. Yeah, so if you do like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, do not subscribe to the channel. Smash the dislike button, make an angry comment, and watch and click do not recommend this channel. All right, so first things first, let's talk about SIM cards first. All right, so SIM cards are very, very easy here, and they're very affordable. There's three major companies. There's Viettel, Vinaphone, and Mobi. Pretty much the best one out of that is Viettel. They are owned by the Army, but they have the most coverage because of that. And yeah, they just have the most coverage. You know, that company stays in 4G the most. And all the data plans for all three companies are super affordable. It's like, shit, I want to say like $100K for 5 to 10 gigabytes of data for a month. Now I don't do those style plans. I have Vinaphone, and Vinaphone, since it's like one of the less used places, has a 20 gigabytes a day package for 500K a month. So as we know, I'm a streamer, and I actually have no problems with their services. Most of the places I stream, the 4G is extremely strong, so it's not a big deal. So I'm able to get a good connection for a very affordable price. Now, if you are a streamer and you're just going to be using one SIM card and you're not on a live view solo or some kind of bonded equipment, I would recommend Vinaphone. You know, you can't beat it. You're not going to use more. I usually use around 80 gigabytes a month, 100 if I'm streaming a lot. So even the 20 a day is overkill, but it gives me the option if I wanted to do 8-10 hour streams every day I can, which I may do again. So it's a very good option. Most of these things are available right at the airport, so you can get them right at the airport as you come in. So you don't have to really, you know, worry that much about getting a SIM card. But like I said, they're at the airport. You can get them right there. The lady will set it up. I do kind of recommend the airport ones instead of buying it yourself, because you got to push some numbers through on your phone. That can be a little bit difficult for a first-time person doing that. So I do recommend using just the lady at the airport. Buy one of the packages that looks right to you. She'll put the SIM card in your phone. She'll have all the equipment to do it, and then she'll set up the SIM card for you as well. So it's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple question and answer. As I said, Viettel is probably the best one. Mobiphone's probably second, and then Vinaphone's third, and then there's other companies as well, but those are really the top three companies that are used the most. And like I said, you wouldn't need a 20 gigabyte a day plan unless you're going to be streaming or watching an insane amount of content off your phone. The 4G is pretty strong here. They do have a 5G. Viettel has a 5G plan. I have not looked into it yet because I do not have a 5G phone. My phone is 2.5 years old. I have not upgraded phones yet, but once I do upgrade phones, and we've almost got the server set up at home for proper streams, where there'll be like an intro where I can wait and gather people and you can watch an old video clip of mine. All that stuff's already set up, and then when the connection drops, if it does, it'll just give you a BRB screen and play a video of mine as well while you wait for me to come back. You have almost zero loss then, instead of when the stream disconnects. So we're getting that all done this week. Should be good for weekend streams off of that. So I'm pretty excited about all that. So the cell phone thing is pretty super straightforward and pretty super easy. It's easy breezy. As I've said, most people coming through the airport, all they're having you do is a health declaration, and they'll help you do that there. You don't have to worry about downloading shit ahead of time and all that. They'll do all that for you once you get to the airport. There is like one lady doing it for everyone, but just be aggressive and get your phone in her hand and she'll do it for you. That is the Vietnamese way if you want to get shit done. So, just so you know. If you're not slightly aggressive, then you're not going to get anything done anytime soon. I'm trying to find a thumbnail, man. Thumbnails ain't easy these days. So that's my advice for the. That's my advice for. I see a thumbnail. Just try not to be just roundabout here. But yeah, you don't need to really worry about the SIM card. It's not a big deal. So next thing's banking. Everybody asked me about banking as well. Can you open up a account here on a tourist visa? Now I don't have information about the e-visa, but I imagine that they're gonna just let you set it up. Like I was able to set one up very easily when I first got here and had an ATM card. Now halfway through of me like staying here, they actually cut my ATM card and said because I was on a tourist visa, I need a TRC card for having a full access account. That was at Techcom Bank. Now you can shop around at different banks and figure out different things, but that's what I'd recommend you do if you want to open an account here, is just take a day and go to different banks and see what they tell you. You'll get different answers at different places. Each place has different policies. But my account, it lasted, they let me open it right up with my tourist visa, so there was no problem there. Like I said, they cut the ATM card access at some point, which I did find to be weird. And then I had to go in and do cash withdrawals. Eventually, after I got my TRC, I went and opened up an account at VIB, and you get full access. They give you a debit card and all that stuff. So that's pretty straightforward too. It's just a matter of taking your time and going in. Make sure you have your passport with you. I don't think there's a requirement on much except for having a TRC if you get a full access account. Now they could have changed that too, or that could have just been a Techcom Bank policy. Like truly, weird things like that happen in Vietnam so consistently. It's kind of part of living here. Rule changes, like they're real crazy on doing rules, but like it's so weird. You can skirt every rule with just like a bribe. It's a head scratching situation, but you get used to it after a while. I do recommend, if you have credit, open a Charles Schwab account. Then you don't have to worry about shit. You know, Charles Schwab doesn't charge you to take out of any ATM worldwide. They do charge you, and then at the end of the month, they give it back. So, and some people said they've had issues with that. I have not. But I would say Charles Schwab is the way to go, or Fidelity. Now, Charles Schwab does do a credit check, just so you know. So, I think if you have anything under 650, you're probably not going to get an account there. They do a hard check, so just an FYI. But I would definitely open that and not try to bring a bunch of money with you. More tourists. We're starting to see tourists. I saw some Russian girls walking around today. I've seen quite a few tourists as I was sitting here prepping for the video in my head. But yeah, these are tourists for sure. Look, they're getting out the camera phone, taking pictures. They've never seen this before. And they're looking at the restaurant place. The place is alright. Most of the food there is pretty expensive and it's not that good. So it all depends on you. I found it to be pretty pricey. And they charge you to use the elevator. It's funny. You see that in a few other countries too, though. So that's not just here. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward with the checking account. Now, if you have a TRC, you got no problems at all. They're going to treat you just as, you know, a regular. As far as getting credit cards and stuff here, you've got to have a business, and it's a lot of paperwork to set it up. I'm gonna be in the process of doing that, so I'll kind of update you on that and how it goes. We'll see how easy or not easy it is and how much paperwork and if it's even possible. Now, if you're Vietnamese passport holding, no problem. Or if you have the 5-year visa exemption because you're a Vietnamese, I think you got no problem there either. That only applies to a select few that are watching the video. But yeah, the SIM card's not a big deal. Same as checking or getting a bank account. It takes about an hour. Make sure your signature is easy and that it's the same consistent signature, because they're gonna anytime you go in to pull money out, they're gonna match your signature to whatever you signed when you signed up. So it has to be exact. They're real sticklers about that. So that's one thing to watch out for when you do that. This is a pretty short video because I'm directly to the point and I don't want to waste your time. You guys had these questions and I'm answering them as quickly and as properly with as much information as I can. Now, people keep asking me about health insurance here. It's super cheap, guys. Like, I've done a video on it before, but there's all kinds of different companies. They sell them in these packages. You look at a package and you decide on what you want. It's anywhere from $100 all the way up to $1,600 for like the crazy platinum elite member package. But for somewhere right around $400, you can get pretty decent coverage for insurance here. So also not a big deal. You don't need your hand held through that one either. There's so many insurance companies here that you can just contact on Zallo and stuff. You know, once you're here a couple months, you'll figure that stuff out. But it's not difficult to do at all. People ask about that one too, so we'll just wrap all three of them into one video because it's concise and to the point. But I have not had to use health insurance. A lot of people ask me about dental too, so we'll cover dental now. Super cheap. Getting your teeth cleaned is like $100K, $200K. Getting cavities filled is like $100K a cavity, I want to say. I mean, it's super, super cheap. I have a video on me getting the implants and stuff. Implants, of course, are more expensive. They're not cheap anywhere in the world unless you get all China stuff in your mouth. And I didn't want China, so I chose Korean with long warranty, like 30 years or some shit. Those costed me total with crown, with everything, $25 million for each tooth, and I got two. And then they let me pay it over a year. So it wasn't like a huge hit out of the whole wallet. And I need to get that shit done. In America, I was quoted crazy prices, even with insurance, $5,000 for two. So it is way more affordable here to get dental work done. It's pretty reliable. I will plug the dentist I used in the video. That video is already edited and out on Patreon. So if you're curious about it ahead of time, what implants are like getting here, sign up to the Patreon. There's early access content there. There's bonus content. There is deleted scene content. There is a podcast on there. There is crazy party nights that are too spicy for YouTube on there. I mean, I put a lot of effort into making Patreon a worthy investment for your monthly dollar. So I would highly consider, if you do enjoy my channel and want to see more content, Patreon's the way to go. I know I already put so much content on my channel, but if you're, you know, really into what I like, what I do, then it's a good way to see more of what I do. And then as far as upcoming videos, we're going to be doing What Motorbike Is For You. It's going to be a pretty long video. I'm in the process of filming it in different stages because I have to go and find the particular bike. Luckily, where I live, almost every bike is there, but it's really dark and dim down there. So I'm trying to work it out. That'll probably be out in a week. And to even shortcut that one, you know, I'm going to recommend a scooter for almost everybody, like even experienced riders. Especially if you're going to stay in Saigon, you're not leaving Saigon, scooter is the way to go. I mean, it's just super easy, super light. You don't have to worry about shit getting stolen. Like once you jump up to a proper bike, I'll talk about that all in that video though, but I guess that's a little sneak peek of what's to come there. And as far as any other further videos on information, let me know in the comment section, and let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section. It's a great way to generate comments instead of just saying a generic comment. I would much rather hear your input on what you want to see me film next. Also this week we will be holding the live stream for you guys can either pick Hanoi or Da Nang, and then we'll raise the money for the flight and the hotel. Hopefully we'll get it all on that one stream so I can just book it all that day with you guys actually on the stream. Book it with people on the stream. So to see your money instantly get used for that trip. And the best way to do that is going to be through PayPal. You can super chat, either one. YouTube does take 35% of the super chat, which I don't know why. It's a pretty crazy rate, but not much I can really do about that. And for some people, it's way easier to hit the super chat button than it is to go over to PayPal and do it. So I fully understand. All right, guys, I think that's it for the video. I think we covered a lot of points and pretty quickly. As far as going to the bank, you don't need your handheld or someone to help you. Just go in there. There's someone that knows English at almost all these banks. And if not, just use Google Translate and just show them what you have, and they'll tell you a yes or no. Each bank is different, so I do like VIB now where I'm at. I still have the Techcom account as well. I was going to open a Citi account here because I have a Citi American account, but it sounds like Citi's pulling out of here, so I'm not going to do that. All right, guys, stay frosty. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace out.